What's up, y'all?
What's up?
We're at the Herkimer KOA. Herkimer Diamond KOA. This is cool, right out in front of the park store. There's some Herkimer Diamonds.
They probably found them. So that
They get them in the rocks across the street. So the Herkimer Diamond thing, what's going on up here is that there are these crystals that are all over the place. They're quartz, and they're found in the rocks in this area just north of Herkimer. There's actually 4 different businesses that are mines where you can come out here. The public can come and pay to go in there and bang away at some rocks and chisel and get out these little diamonds. But they're not diamonds, they're quartz. The reason they're calling them diamonds is because they're so perfectly clear compared to most quartz. They look like diamonds. So they're actually calling them Herkimer Diamonds. And so they've actually got right across the street here, there's a walkway up the hill that goes to the mine that kind of connects the KOA and the mine. So people stay here and then they go over there and get their little hammers and their chisels and go try to get some of these diamonds. It's a pretty neat little piece of what's going on in this part of New York. This is the way you climb up these steps and can cross the street over to the Herkimer Diamond Mine. So across the highway over here at the Miners Village, they are building about 100 more RV sites. It'll be up this hill to where these other RV sites are. Way down there, down the hill, you got the KOA we're at. And over here, they said they're adding about 100 more sites. So there'll be 3 ponds. As you can see, they're already starting to fill up in the ponds. And you can see the power posts and everything. They still have a lot of work to do to get these ready. The gentleman at the front desk said they're hoping to have these ready by fall, and if not by then, they'll for sure be open by the summer of 2024. Basically about doubling their RV spots for the people that want to come out here to the Herkimer Diamond Mines. And we didn't do any of the diamond mining while we were here. We literally just stopped here for 2 nights so that I could work. That was pretty much the gist of it. To break up some longer travel just so that I can work on one of my busiest days of the month for work. Just seemed like it would be a nice place to stop for the family. Just coincidental that there's all this awesome diamond mining stuff going on over here. Designated areas. I'm sure you've heard of KOA Journey and then KOA Holiday. Well, this is KOA Resort. This is a destination. People come here for the sake of coming to this KOA. It's not like we used it as a KOA Journey, but this is a resort. So they would kind of consider this the top. People, like I said, people come here for the sake of being here, not going elsewhere. People want to come here for this destination. So that's a KOA Resort. And here is the entrance to the diamond mines. Figured we'd just walk over here. Can't get back in there. Just give you kind of a glimpse of what these diamond mines look like. It's all the further we can go. Got to have a wristband to go any further, and it's closed. They'll open again at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, you basically just go out there with your pickaxe and your hammer, like Thor. You want to be like Thor? And you break some rocks and look for these Herkimer Diamonds.
Hey, Daddy, also everybody, you need a brush to see if you actually got something.
Oh.
Like water, a brush, a dick. Water.
Okay. We've got the village here, several different places to do things, like the learning center. There's the mining and lapidary station. Trading post, so you can come over here and get souvenirs and such. And then there's a restaurant kind of down the hill. And they have a few more of these typical KOA cabins over here. Although these are bigger, those might actually have restrooms in them.
Ooh.
So pretty.
This one's like a little dress.
So the best way to get to this KOA is you're going to exit off of exit 30 off of Interstate 90. And you're going to come up this highway, I believe it's 28. After you follow that through the town of Herkimer, when you come up this road, you're going to see this crosswalk here. You're going to keep on going down. You're going to keep on going to that yellow KOA sign sticking up over there. We'll go take a look. This is the entrance to the park. And as you can see, the signage actually is kind of simple when you consider you're at the world famous Herkimer Diamond Mines. Just the KOA Resort sign, some flags, some nice flowers. This KOA has a lot of cabins. And this right here looks like one of the more original bathhouses. I found a total of 4 bathhouses. There's a dump station right here. It's like on your way in, but I mean technically it's on your way out. Because you're going to go in right there. But you're going to come out right there. So yeah, you can stop right there and drop off your... I think this is because of bottle deposits. I don't know, I'm not a New Yorker. So this right here is a KOA patio. It's got this nice cement patio with a bench and a fire pit looking at the river. Plus you've got a picnic table, and it's also full hookup. It's a pretty nice campsite. Here's one of the 4 bathhouses. Thought this was clever. This is the KOA Herkimer Diamond. The man's got a pickaxe.
Very big.
And for the ladies, they get a diamond. It's 2 sit-down toilets, 3 showers, decent amount of hooks, tiny little place to sit, shower head, bar. You do have hand soap. Ooh, I like that they're not water that you have to use your hand to wave it around. Those drive me nuts. I got some recycling right outside the trash here. We're trying to understand what this is. It literally might be like they slide open and have big telescopes in them or something. But they're like attached, like you have to rent these major cabins here. The Aries Astrology Lodge. What? Oh, and look, Kira, there's hammocks down there. That's amazing. That is really ridiculously cool. Hey, Kaylin, there's volleyball. There's one track of horseshoe over there on the other side of the volleyball. And the river, I don't know if you can see the river through there. It's running back behind those campsites. We got giant checkers and giant chess. And a whole bunch of geese. Oh my goodness. This playground reminds me, we were in Tifton, Georgia, the Tifton KOA Journey. And they got a playground of a similar design and build while we were there. It was delivered and set up while we were there. I like the log cabin-ish feel to this playground. We have a couple of swings here, and for some bizarre reason, we've got a Christmas tree. Kira found a nice sandbox over here. Couple little rock climbing wall type things right there. Check out these cabins with all the solar panels on them. They got some pretty unique cabins. I mean, look at the yard on that one. It's like a full-on garden out there. And then you've got your typical KOA cabins over there, which those ones wouldn't have any bathroom facilities inside of them. We've got some tent camping sites down here right on the water. Oh, there's some more geese over by the river too. There's some full hookup sites over here. Got a few open ones left. And then these are the tent sites. And the walk-in access to the river right here is pretty easy. Some really big trees here. So the tent campers can share like a water spigot and power outlets. Other than that, they pretty much get a picnic table and a fire pit. But some great access to the river.
This is extremely hard because the water just gets even more blurry and blurry.
The geese are marching for the river. The geese go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah.
I noticed there was a geese right there.
You didn't know that goose was right there?
No. It was just like looking to the side and was like, ah!
It was like starting to like itch its feather or its wing. And then all of a sudden you kind of darted at it and then it like looked up at you all startled and I'm like, uh-oh. There have been a lot of people going up the parking lot with tubes. I thought it seemed a little extreme, but people are going for it. They seem like they're kind of far over. Like if they don't get out, we're like at the end of the campground. If they don't get out, where will they go? Kira's liking this tent campsite. Let me see if I can figure out the number. 97, a deluxe tent site. This is more primitive tent over here. There's two different circles of tent camping. I see Gaga Ball Pit over there. Interesting. But there's some mega cabin over here. Mega cabin. Well, okay, the Diamond Lodge. We're investigating if this is the Diamond Lodge or if this is like a private residence. It is really luxurious. Maybe we'll find out if we go over by the Gaga Ball Pit. These are those primitive tent sites that aren't on the river. There's another primitive tent camping loop. We're sneaking up from the back over here on the Gaga Ball. And it looks like there's a really big fire pit and a really big sand pit. Yeah, that's the Diamond Lodge. That would be epic to get inside of and see. It looks really nice. That sand, it almost looks like mud. I think this might be the biggest Gaga pit I have seen yet. I'll have to get Kaylin's official judgment on that, but it looks really big. So there's like a group picnic pavilion right here. And there's some kind of activity going on in there right now. But look at this massive fire pit. Like, I guess the fire pit's not all that big, but with all the stones around it, you could really have a nice big gathering of people here. Here's another men's room, but there's no hot water in this one right now. It's a pretty big group pavilion. Wasn't there a bunch of people in here a little while ago? That is the treehouse cabin. This might be the smallest camp canine I've seen yet. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to give you a thumbs down on the sheer size alone. It's way too small. You'll have plenty of space. Over there, there's a massive green space. Could have built a much bigger, or a secondary park for the big dogs to run. You can see our camper there. Camper. The guy at the front referred to it as a house. So we were originally supposed to be in site 50, backed up right to the river. I was a little concerned about getting in there. It looked like it'd be a little tight. And so I went around and was going to go in there, and the guy from the office actually chased me down, and he's like, hey, can I put you in site 118, a pull through? It's more than enough room for your big camper. He says, I won't charge you any extra. I'll just move you over there, and it's full hookups. I said, you know what? I would really appreciate that. That was so nice. And then there was another gentleman that said, hey, did the manager catch you and ask you if you wanted to move? And I'm like, yeah.
Walk and talk, Daddy.
So we got over to site 118. Now it's not perfectly level. I actually struggled with leveling, not from an error this time, like we usually get with our Lippert Ground Control 3.0. No, this time it was me trying to get it level. And I had to re-put it on the truck and try again. But here's an empty site like ours. You get a fire pit, picnic table, 50 amp, sewer, water. Oh, this one actually has the Wi-Fi attached to it, so if somebody were to shut off that 20 amp, they'd kill the Wi-Fi. It's a nice looking pool. It's been very active. People have been using this a lot. When you come down, you've got a nice row of trees driving down here. Very easy to come down, and then you just stop right in front of the office here, right by the pool. So we were able to see the pool as we came in. There's another bathhouse right there. Like your typical KOA, you got a bathhouse on the side of the office.
A little messy right now, so.
Looks great to me.
Oh, thanks. So is that all?
Let's do that. Get him beside it. Get him beside it. Oh, sorry.
Those round cabins really caught Kira's eye as we were pulling in. She really liked those. What are those round cabins? They look pretty cool. So we were supposed to be here on site 50. As you can see, it's a pretty short site. We probably could have got the camper in there, but the fact though that we've got this fence and dumpster right here is going to make it a lot of work on me to get turned in there and backed in. I'm pretty sure when I picked this site, I was thinking the girls would probably want to go out there and play in the river like they usually do. However, that water is really rushing hard, and I just don't foresee us wanting them to go down in that water trying to build a dam like they do in the past. I love all the orange flowers. These orange flowers, I don't know what they're called. If y'all could help me out in the comments and tell me what these orange flowers are, because they grow wild all over up here. They're absolutely beautiful. This site has no sewer, and I guess I thought for 2 nights we'd be okay. It does have 50 amp though. On the back side of the office, you've got the laundromat. 6 dryers, 6 washers. Some of them are out of order. Looks like they're going to cost $1.50 to wash. That's a pretty good deal. And $1.50 to dry. Excellent prices. Those are some classic dryers right there. So this back here, I would have called it a courtyard, but it looks like they have it nicknamed the Garden. So apparently this is new, along with how they've redone their park store. Games for the kids. Various different ways to sit out here. Looks like maybe even some propane fire pits in several spots. We've got the Airstream out here that's got, well, they call it the Garden. That's drinks. Loving that use of the Airstream. Look at that pizza oven. That's cool. And over here we got Scoops Ice Cream, and they make waffle cone cones from scratch, and I could smell them as I was setting up. You can see our truck right there, and I'm like, is that waffle cones?
So you're gonna come over here?
Don't forget, life happens. Don't let it stop you.
Stay freshy, cheesy baggies.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.